Welcome to Chapter 5, Lesson 8, Rate Problems, more lovingly referred to as word problems. Our book takes a very unique twist on dealing with rate problems, and it combines Lesson 5-6, which was length and area, in which you did some line segment problems, and also Lesson 7, where you did distance, rate, and times, more straightforward types of problems. This was Lesson 6. Toward the end of the lesson, you were given these line segments in which you were told that AB, line segment AB, is the same length as line segment CD. And you had a little midpoint, or not necessarily in the middle, point of E. And so you had to set up an equation using what you knew about AB, which was just simply 9 times x minus 2. And then you had to do the combination of CE, or x, plus ED, or 3 times the quantity of x plus 5. And you set up your equation like this. You were able to find x, and then in order to find line segment AB, you plugged the value you got in for x there. You got to write it just there. And then you plugged the value for x into ED. In the last lesson, we really just looked at the distance equals rate times time formula. And for those who were in class, we also learned that it is lovingly referred to as the DIRT formula. Don't know who coined that term, but a student told me that at one point. We can also solve this same equation for t, and in that case we get the distance divided by r, because in order to get t by itself we have to divide by r. And the same reasoning, we can get r by itself by dividing both sides by t, so we get d divided by t. The easy way to remember it is, if you're looking for distance, you're always multiplying r times t. If you know the distance, then you're always dividing the distance by whichever one you already know. So if you know time, you're going to divide by r. If you know the r, you're going to divide by it to find t, and if you know t, you'll divide by that. So that's the easiest way to remember. So to find distance, multiply. If you know the distance, divide the distance by whatever else you know. When you get into the next lesson, we're going to look at set 3 problems. You basically are going to have 3 different types of problems, and our book sets them up using line segments, which is actually quite nice. If you see on page 229, and you might want to get your book, pause this, go get your book, so that you can maybe work through these problems while I'm doing them for you. Number 7 is about a cheetah and an impala. Okay, a cheetah is a nice little kitty. Well, maybe not so nice, and an impala is a deer-looking thing with antlers. Maybe a cross between a deer and an antelope. But anyway, in the word problem, the cheetah and the impala spot each other when the impala is 450 meters away or in front of the cheetah. Okay? The impala happens to stop grazing, looks up, sees the cheetah, and panics. Okay? And starts running. The cheetah starts chasing after it. And we hear that from reading the word problem, the cheetah is going 26 meters per second, while the impala is only going 20 meters per second. And the only thing we know is that it tells us to say in letter A that x represents the time it takes for the cheetah to overtake the impala. Okay? So from this point, when the impala is 450 meters ahead, they both run the same time, but they're going different speeds. Okay, so you would set up your little word problem by filling out the little line segment diagram, which is actually quite helpful. Because if